Brings me that.
30 hertz straight up.
Hello, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Lupus Has No Face podcast on this Sunday, this special Sunday. We normally do it on a Wednesday, but I have a special guest and I had to make her request because it was a must that we have her on our show. She's such an asset to what she does. We're going to be talking about lupus, finding strength through exercise and exploring how to manage lupus by offering expert tips on tolerating exercise routines, consult a healthcare provider, and prioritizing well-being through purpose, nutrition, hydration, and stress management. And this is where she comes in at. So we have Coach Chrissy in the building. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so I've been knowing you over 14 years.
Yes.
And it's been a blessing to watch you bloom.
Oh, thank you.
She had a birthday not too long ago, so happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay. Yes, y'all are something, but y'all are very, very sweet. It's amazing. And your daughter had a birthday.
Yes,
so happy birthday to her. Yes. So Virgos are in the building today. Okay. So with further ado, I want to know, who are you? Who are you, and how did you get into the exercising career?
I would say I was pushed into health and wellness. Savannah's been a client for a long time, aka
Yes.
Nyla Rose. So I was always the person that wanted to help women feel good about themselves. Okay. Fashion was something that I just love to do. And when I say I was pushed into health and wellness, I feel like I really got started with health and wellness a long time ago. I say it's been about 14 years for me in health and wellness. I worked out alone. I had a couple of trainers along the way, but I'm really, really big on holistic health. And so one of my clients begged me, because they will always see me working out, and she begged me. She was like, hey, Chrissy, you think you can train me? And I said, no, I don't want to be a trainer or anything like that, but you can come with me to the gym. And so that's just what I did. So she finally stayed on me, and I invited her to the gym with me one day. And long story short, I'm kind of like here today. During COVID-19, it was something that really, really took the world by storm.
It did. Definitely did.
And like I said, I'm into holistic health. So vitamins, supplements, anything you can name to boost your immune. I was just like, let me do something. Let me try to figure something out. So I'm in there mixing a few potions in my kitchen, all holistic potions. And I used it for myself and then a couple of family members.
Okay.
So then I posted it on my social media page, of course, and somebody seen it. So they was just like, Coach Chrissy got some of that tea.
That tea.
It was that tea. And it was a good tea too.
Yes.
It was something to talk about.
Yes. Is it not
so,
to interrupt, but was it that detox tea that I took?
Yeah, I started doing immune tea.
Oh
so
my
I did
God. Okay.
And I tell y'all, we were supposed to have no contact. So I was literally putting jugs on top of my trunk, and people were just pulling up. And somebody took a video and said, it looked like we at the club. Everybody was coming to grab their detox tea after that. And then after that, I'm just like, I just love the way this works. I just love that we doing something positive.
Yes.
And so Rose Athletics came about, and it's literally went from 8. You seen the Savannah,
Man.
from like 8 clients to like 112 now.
It looked like hundreds.
And it's hundreds, and it's no goodness of me. I always tell people that it's all God, because like I said, I didn't want to do this, but God always knew my purpose. And so your purpose and passion will go hand in hand. And when I tell you, when you live a purposeful journey, it don't feel like work to me. It's like I'm going to the gym, hanging out with my people. We feeling good, looking good. By the time we get done, we praying,
yes,
we laughing, and that's Rose Athletics. It's a total, just a society, Rose society.
It's like it is a sisterhood. Yeah. You feel so welcome in there. Yes. Such beautiful ladies. So you make us feel so comfortable. And Thank then you. When we even come in there, we get to shop. Yeah. So to take us back.
Savannah like to shop now, y'all.
To take us back, when you had that boutique, oh my God. She used to dress me. Every time. It was just like, here, put this on hold. I need this, and that. Took care of it last minute.
10 o'clock p.m. Savannah's texting me.
Oh my God. And you always made me feel like I was a new customer. Even though we are friends, you always made me feel like I was a new customer. To transition from fashion and to health and wellness is amazing. I'm talking about, I wasn't at the speed. You make it look so easy, but you like, take your time.
Yes.
Do it like this. You don't got to do what everybody else is doing. Like, you praise us, you worship us, and it's just like, it feels like family. Good. It feels like family. That's, and then you have the tools. It's like a one-stop shop.
Yes.
You have skincare things in there for your face. You have dope athletic wear to purchase. That detox. When I tell you, that detox, I took that detox, right? Compared it to some other celebrities. I'm not going to say their name, but when I tell you I took yours, it didn't give me that crampy, that like that exhaustion, that like
crash when you go from a high and then just
crash. Or it gave me energy. It didn't give me, like a sore behind. Like when I say it was like naturally, and it felt so good. Like my stomach went down. I just felt like I had so much energy after I took that tea. That tea is amazing.
I tell everybody it's all natural. When I say that, you can read the back of the packages. It's all natural. So it's going to clean you out, detoxify your body, which we need to be doing that. If anybody get on a health and wellness journey, I tell them, detox your body. You don't want to be putting your healthy foods and supplements and vitamins over just toxins. We breathe it in through the air. We take it in by foods that we shouldn't be eating. You know what I mean? But we got to live. You know what I mean? And the detox tea is just going to clean you out. It's going to bloating, metabolism boost,
curbing your appetite. It does.
And just cleaning you out for just a fresh new beginning.
It definitely does. That tea was amazing. I was like, oh my God. Like, it felt like a new body that I had.
Yes.
So of course we are here for Lupus. We gotta tie it in. We gotta make it make sense, right? So I have a couple questions for you, beautiful queen. Yes. So how do you adapt your training methods to accommodate various energy levels and mobility limitations with Lupus warriors?
I tell everybody a part of Rose Athletics, despite whatever your disadvantage is, people come for many different reasons. For my women with lupus, I understand that you guys get a lot of inflammation, right? Yes. So you get those cramps, you're in pain, at the times when it's flaring up. I make sure I tell everybody, like, and you heard me say this before, this is not a race, this is a marathon. So you have to work at your own pace. Me getting in there, or someone that have a disadvantage with lupus, if you run in there and you be like, oh, I gotta hurry up and I gotta do this, you will never last. Because soon as you flare up, soon as you're in pain, tired, my Savannah came in there and she was so tired. But by the time, I think it was like your second week, it was just like, she's been there with us for months. It felt like it. I don't know. It felt like it to me.
Because you was giving me methods to do. You was telling me how to eat, and I was doing it. It was a struggle to eat right for the last, the first 3 days. And I'm like, I got this. Mm-hmm. And you was so available to me. Like, I didn't eat this, but can I still work out? I don't want to. You was like, yes, don't exert your body. Mm-hmm. Do this. And I was catching up.
So for my women with lupus or any disadvantage, I always tell them, take your time.
Mm-hmm.
Me getting in there and trying to swing from the ceiling on the first day is not going to make you get to your weight loss goals or your health and wellness goals even faster. Taking my time, enjoying the moment. Okay, it's not always fun. I'm keep it real.
No.
It's not always fun.
You like, what the
But
F
what
is this?
lasts won't come easy.
That's
And
right.
what come easy, it definitely ain't gonna last. We
That's
all
right.
know that. Okay. So just taking your time. Taking your time.
Them exercises that I was doing, I was so irritated. I'm like, man, I'm about to walk out this door. And I'm like, nah. I look out the room, I had to get some more strength, and it just came. I'm like, oh, you was like, just do your
girl
time.
on the side of you saying, "You got this.
You got
Savannah."
this. It made it so
It
easy.
make your journey feel a lot better because a lot of times when we in the gym, when we on a self care journey, we feel like we the only ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want us to unlearn this. When I'm eating good, when I'm eating healthy, let's unlearn diet. Because for some reason, like I'm finna go on this diet tomorrow, and then those diets never last. But if we unlearn that and just understand this is the way that we should be,
Mm-hmm.
this is the lifestyle that we should be doing. If we unlearn that diet thing and trying to keep up with the rest, then I feel like we can really do that. But then understanding this journey is mental.
It definitely is. Mindset is everything.
Mhm.
And when I was in your class, like I would go to restaurants and ask for certain things. It just became like my normal life.
Yeah,
Like the
your
things that I
lifestyle.
would get, I would ask for different things that I was
Yes.
eating within the menu, and they had that.
Mhm.
They definitely had that. And
Yes.
sometimes I would drive around with snacks or bars like that to help me
Mhm.
not go to the gas station when I'm
Yeah.
hungry, things of that nature. But once I learned how to do that, like like on a regular basis without
Yes.
eating because I'm a junk food eater.
Yeah. And you know that's it. You know that's it.
Weeknights in the morning, I'm a junk food eater. But when I was in your class, I promise, like I wasn't craving for any like the junk food that I used to eat. Like I was switched over to like the berries, the strawberries, and all that,
Yes.
and that took place of my gummy worms that I used to eat because it
Mhm.
tasted just like
And
that.
you know they have like this little TikTok I seen, and you actually can take your like fruits, and of course you're gonna put it in your blender, and then they have like this little zero sugar gelatin, and you can literally make gummy bears.
Really?
Yes,
You
I'm
gonna have
send it
to, man.
you. I'm
Listen,
definitely gonna send it to you.
I like you gonna have to send that to me.
Girl,
You
gonna be
definitely gonna have
making
to
your
send that.
little own munchy munch.
I promise you, definitely. I used to see your food. I'm like, oh, she have your little yogurt and your berries and all of that. I was just like,
I
oh
do
my
not be
god,
playing around. Once I'm locked in, I'm locked in. But of course, I've been doing this
for
for
so
some time.
long. Yes.
But I be telling people, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You know what I mean? Nobody knows the next time some kind of outbreak is gonna come on this earth, or
Man.
if God brings something your way. You know what I mean? A disadvantage, an illness, or something like that. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So
Yeah, like-
what you put in the inside of your body gonna reflect the outside.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
it is. Like I seen it all in my face.
Yeah.
My mindset, it was just like a stress relief when I came to your class. So I stopped thinking about working out and was like, and I had a long day before I,
Yeah,
go off, snap off. I need to go work out.
Mhm.
So it was like a reset button when I went to your class. That's
Mhm.
how I looked at it, and I felt so good every time I went to your class.
Yeah.
Like it was a must. So I would call you like, I can't come that day, but can I come this day?
Yeah, and she used to switch her times, but that's what we got to do for ourselves. We got to our schedule have to revolve around us because I'm no good for the world if I'm no good for me.
Yep.
And that's just what it is for us. I mean, making this a lifestyle, feeling good, getting into this lifestyle, make it a part of my lifestyle, and know your worth. You know, we push everybody else. We make everybody else feel good. We nourish our children, our spouses, our loved ones. Nurture yourself in the season.
Dude, I'm just like, when you talking, I just feel all that in me because I'm just going back from the last time I spoke to you, and I'm just like, oh my God, like your aura, your presence, everything, your energy is just amazing. Like you are an overall real dope individual. You really is. Like when you speak, I just feel the good. And you always been like that from day one. You just got better and better and better at what it is that you
I feel
do.
like I did. I feel like
You
I
definitely
did. One of my
did.
friends told me one day, she said, you just did amazing at House of Fashion. She said, but I can't tell as your good friend when your season changed. And it was just for you to go into Rose Athletics. She said, the way you light up when you talk about health and wellness, the way you empower women to want to go work out. She was like, now I ain't no weight. lifter or anything like that. She was just like, but when I see you on social media working out, I'm just like, dang, I gotta go walk or something. But again, I always tell people it's not that me, I'm just so dope. If I can use my passion to help other women, other men, because I have men that have asked me about health and wellness too. There's one guy, he was an older guy, he was like, you think you can help me, sweetheart, because I want to be tank top shorter this summer. I was like, okay, tank top shorter. I don't know. He was gonna barbecue in his sandals and his tank top. I don't know what it was, but inspiring men as well. I'm like, okay, God, if this how you want to use me, then I'm with it. Like I love it. Like I breathe health and wellness.
You could see it.
My husband told me all the time. He said, Chrissy, I think it's sexy how you just eat healthy all the time. You know.
That
like
is so
I
dope.
really live it. Like I have days when I'm going to give me a piece of cheesecake and I'm going to have a cheat day. So I'm not telling people just every day is just this day where I'm just eating salads or but I have fun with my food. Like I'm not eating the same thing. No, my food not dry when I eat it. I'm going to use my herbs. I'm going to use some natural seasoning ingredients that don't have a lot of salt. But my husband will tell you my food be fire. Like,
Man,
it ain't just no typical just piece of salmon and it's just dry. Like it's good.
you're gonna have to tell
It's
us your
good.
secrets next
Oh
time.
yeah, I will.
You got to tell us your secrets next time. Okay. How do you encourage self-care and listening to your body while pushing for progress in a fitness goal?
So self-care. Self-care is a personal journey. And everybody doing it started it for whatever reason. You know, I started for a reason. You started for a reason. And I feel like if you really just take your time and enjoy the moment, make the necessary changes in your life, far as like foods and just developing a routine. It won't come overnight, but if I do small adjustments, if I'm used to, now I don't drink, some people do. If I'm used to having a glass of alcohol at happy hour 5 days a week, try to lower it down to 2 days a week.
Okay.
Okay. And then from there on, your body would gradually know like something's going on. She doing something different. Then you'll look up you at one. Then you'll look up at you at nine. Same as foods. Like if I enjoy this dessert, and you know it's a lot of sugar in it, so I say that. I'm the type of girl I go into Whole Foods and I be in the back of that thing like, let me look at this.
So you really be
I be
looking.
reading labels. Yeah, because it's a part of my lifestyle now. I be reading labels.
That is
I be looking at the
dope.
sugar, the carbohydrates, and stuff like that.
You got me on that. Like the sugar,
You
the
do it?
carbohydrates, and the calories
Remember, I was
and the
telling you to stick
sodium.
at the percent.
Yes, those
Uh,
are the four that I remember.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I look at. I'm like, okay. Because I think you said don't go over what 23 grams of
try to do 6
sugar.
grams.
Is 6 grams of sugar? I don't know where I got 23 from.
That's okay. That's kind of steep now, 23 grams. But like I said, if you kind of change up every day, take something off of it. I talk to people about the process elimination diet. Even knowing what works for your body. Do you know everybody's body is different as far as the foods they can take in? I didn't know that I had triggers to dairy. And a lot of us do. You know? So every time I drink some dairy, I'm like, my stomach feel a little weird. You know what I mean? After a while, you know, I'm 39.
Looking great, looking gorgeous.
After a certain age, too, your body gonna really be like, girl, you better not have that. So I do oats milk. I kind of do almond milk. I'm not really a fan of almond milk, but oats milk. I just try to work with what works for my body.
Yeah, that's how I am. I switched over to oat milk and walnut milk.
Yeah.
Because the other milks just wouldn't do it for me. I'm like, oh, after that coffee or after something like that. Yes, don't feel good at all.
Feel good. So even finding out what works for your body. I do want to do an allergy test. I was telling my daughter that. I said, hey, I think we all should do an allergy test and just see what works for our body. What triggers you? Because even those foods that trigger you that you shouldn't have with your body, you know what I mean? Whatever works for your body, sometimes it can lead to headaches. It can lead to cramping and stuff like that. And I've been talking a lot about gut health. You know I did it before.
Yes.
Gut health is everything. Your second brain in your body is your stomach. So, and we know it because once you eat something that you shouldn't be eating, what happens? That stomach start hurting.
Yes, cramping, bubbling.
You fly to that bathroom, baby. So
Oh my
Gut health,
God.
taking care of your gut health. And again, especially for my people with lupus, taking care of your gut health,
Mm-hmm.
making sure we're taking our vitamins. Now we know fall and winter is coming. We don't have much sun in Wisconsin. You guys need that vitamin C,
Yep, the
especially
vitamin
being with
C, vitamin
lupus. You
D.
need that vitamin C. You need that vitamin D,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need your calcium, and you definitely need your vitamin D because mood, energy, mindset, anxiety, depression, all of those things to take a toll on you.
You know, like my anxiety used to be really bad.
Really?
It used to be really, really, really bad. But I really got control over it. I used to be on medication for it.
Yeah.
But now I just do like a breathing technique. I try to get to wherever I'm going before
Meditation,
I.
you using that?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, I do, and it works. It absolutely works, and it calms me down.
Yes.
So I used to have it real bad. I don't have it anymore.
That's good.
I may have it like here and there, but it's not
Yeah.
as man, it's nowhere as
That's
near as
good.
bad. And then another thing was the protein.
Protein.
The protein and the vitamin D. I wasn't getting enough vitamin D,
Yeah.
so I'm on vitamin D
Yeah.
pills. So 50, I think it's 50,000 once a
Yeah.
week,
Okay.
and it used to be way more than that.
Oh,
But when I
God.
eat healthy,
Mhm.
it's like a on thing. When I'm on, then I jump off.
Yeah.
Then I'm on, then I jump off. I don't know what
Yeah.
makes. I think it's like whatever is going on in my life. If
Mhm.
something is going
Mhm.
on in my life that is not aligning to what it is that
Yep.
supposed to be
Them
aligning with,
triggers.
I like a lot of things in my life. Just especially
Mhm.
that be the first thing to go
Mhm.
because it's like,
Yeah.
and then I try to get back on it again. But when I'm on it, and when you're on it, like you feel so. It's just
The
a
good thing about
different
this train,
feeling.
you can jump on and jump off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I want
like
to.
come a time you want to stay on the train a
That's what
little
I
bit
said.
longer.
I want to get to a point where I'm on it for at least a
You
year,
will.
and if I feel like if I make that year, I'll be
Yeah, you
like,
will.
because I bake everything. You know, I
You do?
eat healthy. Yes, I bake
Really?
everything. The only time I get fried food is when I go out for cravings or something
Yeah.
like that. So I do bake. I eat a lot of
That's
vegetables.
good.
It's just that I don't eat 3 times a day. I may
Mhm.
eat one meal or my snacking here and
Yeah.
there, and then it's like consuming alcohol.
Yeah. And
So that's
you know that. You know what I mean? You know that. So it's I say it's all, all that gut health. And then I want to talk about immune with it. Like, do you take any supplements in the summer or anything or in the fall or in the winter as far as like immune? Because I know so it's an autoimmune
mhm.
um problem that you have. So I know, and when I share these supplements with you guys, please understand that I'm not a doctor or physician. So you want to make sure you talk to your provider before you do any of these supplements. I'm
Absolutely.
just sharing different things with you, but I do want you to understand that I'm not a physician. Okay,
Absolutely.
I do a lot of holistic things, but make sure you talk to your doctor before you take any of these vitamins or supplements that I'm talking about. But one of the main ones I want to talk about, especially with coming up this winter, we still got COVID out, you got the flu and stuff like that. Zinc. You take zinc?
No, but I was prescribed that at one point, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
because I got this thing with pills where I like
You
I
do.
don't want to take a lot of pills. You know what I'm saying? And that was
Mhm.
one that was like, you need to be on it, but you
Yeah.
don't have to be on it,
Yeah.
but you need to be on it. So I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
with your immune system.
yeah. So
And I take my zinc all year round.
do
So
you?
yeah, zinc all year round. It's good to be on a nice multivitamin and then bone health with you guys. So your vitamin C, of course, your vitamin D, but just making sure you have those things. Just put it in a routine with your foods. And how do you keep up with like? Because I know you say you take different medication.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep up with that? Because I remember when I was just on the birth control pill, baby. I can remember that clearly. We couldn't remember it, Paul Taggers. 5 kids.
Beautiful podcast, and
Like,
that body do
look,
not look like it. Like you so
look,
dope.
I'm trying to keep up with the pill. So how do you stay on track with that stuff?
So for one, just growing. Like I think when I probably like in my 20s, I
Yeah.
started taking my illness very seriously.
Okay.
So I had caught pneumonia.
Really?
Yes, caught pneumonia. Never caught the flu, but I caught pneumonia, and and I had colds. My colds last for a very long time. So this was in the past. So how I keep up with them, I don't like to be sick. I don't like to be sick. It makes me miserable. Like it's just I just want to be in the bed all day.
Yeah.
And because I don't like feeling like that, I make sure like I have this pill container. It's pretty, it's purple. And I put them in there.
Yeah.
I have alarms on my phone. I have alarms on my phone, and I have actually 3. So I will keep one at work, keep one in my purse, and keep one at home, just in case if I misplaced it or anything that I did with it. So that's how I keep up with it because I'm like, I do not like to be sick. I wash my hands all the time. Certain things that I do if I go out in the world, like I drink a lot of orange juice. You know, I spray. Oh my God, you guys. It's something I got from my doctor. I'll have it for you guys next time. But it's this spray that I spray on me, and it's supposed to keep germs away.
I know what you're talking about. Okay. I cannot remember the name, but I know.
Yeah, exactly so I spray that on me. So people don't realize what I do before I actually come out in the world. Because I don't want to wear a mask all day. You know what I'm saying? So I do protect your immune. Yeah, so I do certain things so I don't get sick. So that's how I keep up with it because I cannot stand it. So if I get sick, it's really out of my control. Like it's out of my control.
How did you deal with it when we were in the middle of just the COVID? And you didn't know, but you knew it was something like I already have an autoimmune disease. Like you know what I mean? I'm trying to keep myself protected. How did you do it? Did you even go out? Because baby, no. I had on a scarf wrapped around my face with my hood on. I'm going to the grocery store shaking, like because we didn't know what was going on.
No,
even though I stay on my vitamins, but I was still like, what is this? Like nobody knew what it was. But then somebody like you know what I mean, that already have a disadvantage. Like, was you scared?
I was very, very scared, but like I prayed and then I had to let it go because being that scared messed with my anxiety. So I prayed and I gave it to him, but like I didn't have no company could come to my house, none at all. If my kids were out, which not like 80% of the time they wasn't, they had to wash their hands, all their clothes had to go in the hallway before they actually came in. When I went around people, I stayed with a mask. I had 2 masks on, and then I actually was getting extra injections from my rheumatologist, so I wouldn't get sick. And I'm on a medication called hydrochloroquine. And that's the medication that, if you remember, that it ran out because people was trying to get it because it prevents you from getting COVID.
Really?
Prevents you from getting COVID. Really? So I believe that I'm asymptomatic because I was around someone who had COVID, which is my ex, and I didn't get it. So I don't know if it was the medication that I was on or it's because of the things that I was getting. So I never experienced that. I'm so grateful that I never experienced that. So yeah, like it was just really like people come over, they had to wash their hands, they had to do a lot of stuff. And
so I did experience COVID. I had, because remember, Phoenix was born in 2020. So right after I had Phoenix in September, it was my 6th week. So I'm like, baby, I'm finna get back in the gym. So it was, I went to Planet Fitness, and then like a week or so later, I start feeling like some aches, like in my leg. And I'm just like, maybe that's just because, you know, I'm just back to getting into working out after the baby. And then I lost my smell. And so I was like, oh, Lord. And then I lost my taste. Ask me, was I working out still? I was all at home working out. Paul thought I was crazy. I literally was running up and down the stairs because I didn't know what this was, but I knew they kept on saying it attack your lungs. And I was like, not these lungs. So I was running up and down the stairways, doing jumping jacks, still working out normal. But I really thank God because I believe because of my lifestyle and the way I took care of myself, like it didn't target my lungs. Or, you know, but I also had, like they had said, you get like the chest pains. I had that too. And that was before it was any COVID shots or anything like that. So I had it in 2020.
But it wasn't that bad.
No. And my baby had it too, but I was nursing her. So it was different for me. And I mean, that's why I said, stay ready. You don't have to get ready. You know what I mean? So I was always taking my supplements during that time. And I stayed working out because I was determined. If I feel anything, look, one day I woke up in the sweat. Oh no, you don't come trying to attack me. I'm like, let me go do some jumping jacks. I'm just kidding. But I just was very, very mindful about it. And then my little tea that I was putting on top of the thing, so I had tried it out on myself.
Man, that tea is everything.
It broke up so much mucus in my chest, and I was just like,
I need some of that. I've been meaning to reach out, but I'll be doing this and that. That stuff is dope. I need some of that. But that's amazing how your lifestyle prevented you from
Yes.
having the worst symptoms
No,
ever.
yeah, because when you watch the news, and I had to definitely shut that off. The news, I have you,
I don't
man,
watch
you got
it.
1 feet in the ground. And you better stay off of Google too. Paul be with on me about that Google thing. Google will let you know that tomorrow is your day, you're going to leave here. If you look up any symptom on Google, don't look up nothing on Google, y'all. Seriously. You will be sleeping with one eye open. Any little itch, you'll be like, yeah, it's time, your time, you're going to die. You know what I mean? That's what Google tell you. You get a toe itch, you need to go to the hospital because so stay off of Google. But
I
yeah,
don't know. I stopped watching the news a long time ago. So depressing.
yeah.
I don't do
So
that.
when I had COVID, I was just like, oh my God, I stayed off the news and I just went for what I know, just living well. You know what I mean? Taking care of myself, taking care of my body, watching what I eat and stuff like that. Yeah.
I definitely understand too what you mean. Like I never knew when people be like, God told me, God told me. One part of me was like,
Did he really?
whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then the other part is me like, but I didn't get spoken to until Lupus Has No Face. Like I'm a person that gets into certain careers
Yeah.
not just for the money, but I need to see
And
the
meaningful.
the money for my
Mhm.
right. And nonprofit is very, very, very hard. Like it's the
Yeah.
hardest business you can
Yeah.
probably ever create or whatever or born. So like the second year, I'm like, this is nothing I sat down and thought about
Yeah.
anything. It was just on my brain.
It was during COVID when you reached out to me.
Yeah,
Remember? When I
yeah.
was pregnant, I was trying to keep it on the DL. And she was like, wait, you text me and said,
Uh-huh.
what is the reason why you can't do it? Are you pregnant? I'm like, stay out of my business. But I ain't saying nothing. I read it and saying nothing like this. Stay out of my business, Savannah. Like, you doing too much. Because she knew I would never say no to her. Like, I would never say no to Savannah or I can't do it. So she knew it was something. She was like, it's the reason why. She don't just text me. I was like, yeah, she in my business. Yeah, but sure enough, I was.
That's crazy. You have always supported me in whatever it is that I did, from the happiest time, from the saddest times,
Yeah.
just like all over. Like you just been that friend. Like I don't have to talk to you for a year and come to you, and you will be there. You'll give me support in any way possible. Like, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you for
Same.
being
Thank you
so
for
just
supporting
down
me
to
all
earth.
these
Like
years.
just being so down to earth. Like it's just you don't.
And you in Savannah, she always just believed in everything I did, from House of Fashion, and then to take a leap into Rose Athletics. She still believed like if she doing it, then she really, really.
Remember we was
gonna do
in
it to the
Rose
fullest.
Athletic
Yeah.
doing working out.
We was in House of Fashion doing workouts.
Yeah.
Sure was. I never did play about working out and health and wellness. So they
Oh my
come here and get an
God.
outfit. I'm like, let me show you this move. You can do this at home. They like, oh my God, but they did it. Like they put up with my shenanigans.
And
So
look at
I
you now.
appreciate it.
You have a whole gym. Where's your gym
Yes.
located?
My gym is on 124th and Capitol, and I do have some news coming up. In a little bit,
You
I
know,
got some
Lupus
news
Has
for
No
y'all.
Face is known for getting exclusives. So,
Yeah.
can we get a little bit of what's going on? What's about to
Um,
happen?
a little bit of what's going on is I want to make sure like I'm able to really, really give health and wellness in Milwaukee. So I am working on something. Me and my husband, we're working on something to make sure I'm a massage therapist. I want to be able to do some meal prepping because they be asking me. They'll say, "Coach, this food look good. You making? Are you? I mean, can we buy some or can you make us some?" So I want to
That
be
can
able to
be.
do that too. I'm gonna get. I know I have taken not a break on social media with posting a lot about my just working on and stuff like that. But I will be getting back on doing some more workout tips and stuff like that. I also want to be able to have a nurse on board, which Rose Athletics have several nurses that's a part.
Yes.
So nurses on board, be able to take your BP, be able to help you, assist you with living well, a nutritionist. So I'm even back in school I'm doing nutrition.
Let's
So
go. Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many things we're gonna be doing, and even my husband will working with the youth. So him working with the youth, I know he like to play background. So Paul do a lot for the community, especially with him being a dean of students at Greater Holy Temple. He do a lot for
Oh.
the youth. So I even want to move forward with providing more health and wellness for youth.
Because it starts there.
Yeah, we have partnered with Milwaukee County, and so we're able to start our own prevention program for
Oh
health
my
and wellness.
goodness.
I also work there twice a month, with at-risk youth. So we are doing health and wellness, and we want to make sure our youth, if we plant these seeds now into our children, when they grow up, they're able to plant those seeds in their children. And we want this to be generational health and wellness. So
Oh my
I don't want to
goodness.
just keep it for myself and us. We want to share this with our children, and then they'll share it with their children, and their children will share it with their children, because this is not just a diet. Like I said, this is the way we should be living. I even want my own garden. I'm still working on that. So I
Girl.
want my own garden. I want to be able to get my own fruits and vegetables.
Oh my, and I'm sure you will.
So
I'm sure you will. That is
yeah.
dope. So this Rose Athletics, how I can envision it. Is this gonna be a one-stop shop? You talking about massage therapy. You talking about have a nurse on board, a nutritionist.
Yes.
Oh my God, one-stop shop.
Yes, it's always
I don't think
gonna
it's
be
nothing
that.
like that here.
It's things like that here, but you know what we bring, and you talked about this earlier. This is our sanctuary. We're gonna come and pray. This is a genuine sisterhood.
It
so
definitely
people
is.
don't have to worry about nobody looking at them weird, like, oh, look at her. We all there on the same journey, health and wellness. It ain't nobody. I always tell people, I said, skinny don't mean healthy.
Absolutely.
And just because you see someone a little bit heavier than you, don't mean they're unhealthy. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Numbers don't lie. We have to really, really check on our bodies. We have to really, really make this a part of our lifestyle. Like I said, it's baby steps. You won't be able to just run face first into it. You're going to have to step it out and really constantly work at it every
You
day,
are.
And then remember, it's a mindset. Like I have to speak good things into my mind, and then it'll overall take over my body. Okay? I got to constantly make sure I understand that this journey won't be easy, but it's worth it. And I constantly tell myself, like, through the soreness, through the days when my stomach growling, and I know it's 10 p.m. Don't go to the refrigerator. Go to bed.
What do you do? Water?
Drink some water. Now, you're going to be going to the bathroom a couple of times on the empty stomach with the water, but drink some water. And another thing, if I'm way too hungry, I'm probably tell you this, like I'll grab me some nuts. Like I have.
You told me that.
Remember, I said on the side of my bed, I have some nuts. So if I get to growling a little bit too hard, I'm gonna get some nuts. I don't know. It's just something I love doing, and I love telling our people about it. I
You
feel
can
like
tell.
for so long we didn't know about health and wellness. And for so long, we feel like it was just a diet, a dead end diet. You know what I mean? Because when I think diet, it's usually a dead end. Because if I feel like I'm on a diet, I'm going to quit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I understand that this is a lifestyle, this is what my body needs to survive. When my gut is healthy, my overall mind is healthy.
Absolutely.
When my gut is healthy, I have less pains. I have less triggers with headaches and stuff like that. When I understand my gut health plays a part on my face, on
absolutely,
my skin,
yes,
on my hair, my nails.
Yes.
When we understand those things, then we're gonna recognize like I need to do something different, and it can be small things. Like I said, you might not be able to do it overnight, but just sticking to it and understanding that this is a marathon, not a race.
Just like anything we do, like going to school, our jobs, our careers, whatever it is that we do, we have to have that mindset to get through to do that. So if you want it bad enough, you definitely will do it. So
you can live well with lupus. You can live
yes,
well.
say that again. You can live well with lupus. You
Mhm.
definitely can. You got to know your triggers. You got to know your body. The first thing you got to do is to accept that you have it so you can start living well with lupus. A lot of people with lupus don't accept that they had it. I was one of them.
Really?
Yeah, so like I got diagnosed at a young age.
Really?
And I was 12, 13 years old. And they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I kept going to the doctor, the ERs, everything. Kind of told this on my first episode, but to make a long story short, they took too long to try to treat me, and my body shut down. I was in a coma.
Really?
I was in a coma for a very, 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 very long 3 months. I was in a coma for a very long time. 12, 13.
Wow.
Yep. So when I woke up, I had to learn how to read, talk, walk all over again. I was just reborn. And so when they was telling me what I had, it was just kind of like, my support was there. I had a lot of support, some amazing support. So that's how it came about me eating healthy. They used to cook my food separately from everybody else's. But I was like 20 when I first accepted that I had it.
Yeah. What
Um,
was your symptoms? Because I know people.
before I got diagnosed,
Yeah.
brain fogs. I couldn't remember
Mm-hmm.
things. Pain out of nowhere, like
Really?
in my muscles, in my
Yeah.
bones.
Mm-hmm.
Things that I took, it was not helping.
Yeah.
Nerve pain.
Yeah.
I was very fatigued, but I didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
eat at
Yeah.
all. Just there. I'm just there. Just didn't want to do
Oh.
nothing. So it's just really like you're
Early
fading away.
detection. Early detection.
You're fading away.
Mm-hmm.
And because people didn't know what lupus was back then,
Mm-hmm.
they thought it was cancer and a
Mm-hmm.
whole bunch of other diseases that they were trying to diagnose
Yeah.
with. But it was like, no, she has lupus or whatever. My hair was falling out. So I went through that. So those were the symptoms, just a great deal of pain, not wanting to be bothered or anything. Yep. And so went from there. So to have somebody like you, that look like us, that's like, you don't have that chip on your shoulder. You're very easy to approach. You're not just going to answer my question for somebody to go away. You're going to be intuitive with them. So that is very dope, like what you're doing out here in this community. And I applaud you for it. And I applaud you for the new journey that you got going on, because I know that's going to take off. I know that's going to take off for when you're a good person. You know what I'm saying? You're really down to earth, and you are really, you enjoy talking about what you're doing. You can tell. You talk about it with ease. You know what you're doing. You can talk about it with ease. You educate it with what you're doing. Some people start businesses and they cannot explain to you what it is that they're doing.
What are you doing? Yeah.
You can't explain it. You sit back just like this.
And I feel like you have to I have to be an example.
Yes.
Like I can't just be talking about this health and wellness and I'm not doing it myself. You know how you get people to try to sell you something and you be like, well, is you taking it? You know? Or that's like you going to get your hair did and your beautician hair standing on her head. Like, man, I want this style, but your hair standing on your head. Like I have to lead with example, So I have to work out. Not just because I have Rose Athletics. I mean, I've been doing it, but leading by example, inspiring somebody to want to be with.
You definitely do. And your Rose Athletic group of women are very like welcoming, like I said before, but it's a lot of networking going on. It's some amazing, you got some amazing women in the building. You got doctors, you got decorators, you got a whole bunch of people in there. Yes, and they're like, when I was talking to some of them, and she actually the one that I think her name is Star. Shout out to Star. She did your baby shower. So yeah, and that was amazing. I was like, ah. And she came and did last year, Lupus Has No Face decoration.
Decoration. I remember her telling me that too.
Yes.
I remember her telling me that. I tell everybody, I'm not the only dope woman at Rose Athletics. When I tell you it's a gang of dope women at Rose Athletic that is doing some amazing things in the community, and they love, these women really, really love. But the way you act, the way I act, that's what attract your tribe.
And that's who you got in there.
If I was out here just doing some reckless things, if I wasn't empowering women like I portray I do, then you would get the same kind of people. You know what I mean? Dope women really attract dope women. And I forgot to shout out to my guy too. We do have one male at Rose Athletics. He's super dope too. Yeah, he been doing his dance too around there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's a society of women, men to come.
Because I remember it was no man.
No.
He was standing on that.
He was standing on coming to Rose Athletics. He wasn't playing.
Okay, what role do you believe social support and community engagement plays in long-term exercise habits for those managing chronic illness like lupus?
Read that again for me.
What role do you believe social support and community engagement plays in long-term exercising habits for those managing chronic illnesses like lupus?
I'm a firm believer that positive energy kind of transfers.
Definitely.
Negative energy transfers too. So with somebody that have a disadvantage like lupus, I would say you want to be around positive people.
You do.
Negative energy, it breaks us down, right?
It definitely
Right.
does.
I mean, you never. And another thing too is I'm a firm believer in the change you want to see must first begin in you. So if I want to see positivity around me, I gotta start. It gotta start with me. And
Yes,
so as I make necessary changes in my life, because nobody perfect,
exactly.
you're gonna see your tribe line up. You're gonna see the people around you line up. So if
Mm-hmm.
I continue to be positive and loving to people, that's who you're gonna attract. So then when you talk about Rose Athletic, you talk about how all the women were dope. That's
Yes,
because if I bring in positive energy, it's going to transfer to somebody else. And I always tell people too, always have like this big conversation before the
I was
first day
just
of
gonna
class.
say that. I was just gonna
First
ask
day
you
of
that.
class.
Yes. What do you normally say? You do not be
So the
playing.
first day of class, I'm really honest. I'm like,
Hmm.
you read my mission statement,
Yes, I
right?
did.
Everybody like, yeah, we read it. So you know this is sisterhood. You know this is a family. We're a family. So we don't do any kind of negativity here. We don't do any kind of talking about her behind her back or look what she got on or this, that, and other. We get enough of that in the community. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's a stereotype they have for us as well. So Rose Athletics, these women are proven like the stereotype they have for minority women
Yeah.
is not true. It's not true. We loving on each other. We
Absolutely.
inspiring each other. And you
Absolutely.
need that, right? I need to be
Absolutely.
inspired. I need somebody to hold me accountable, right?
Yes.
So those are the things that I'm really big on, and I feel like somebody with a disadvantage with lupus. That's I want somebody around me that's loving on me. I want somebody that's genuine around me, and I need some positive energy because on the days where I just don't feel like it, I'm tired, my body aching. I need to see your smiley face. I don't
Mm-hmm.
need to be walking around with my head down and then you frowning at me. You never know what somebody going through. So you should always be a smiley face. Or if I see my sister with her head down, I had this young lady I came in contact with. She do some massage therapy for me,
Okay.
and every time she come and get me, she'll just come in. She say hi. So it was like the third or fourth time because I didn't right away just be like, "Man, lift your head up." But I told her, I said, "When you come out, I said, lift your head up. I said, you're beautiful." And those are the type of things that we need to start doing.
That's
You might
amazing.
see somebody with their head down. Hey, honey, you beautiful. I just want to tell you that. Hey, girl, I like your hair. You never know. That might just be what the person needs.
And it's easy and free.
It's free and it's easy. You're not giving nothing to nobody. And even if they don't accept it, you still
You
gonna be
did your part.
blessed. You did your
Exactly.
part.
That's dope. That's dope. How do you collaborate with healthcare professionals to ensure to ensure to approach a fitness and well-being for individuals with lupus?
So I need to talk to my doctors about that. But what I can say is, you know how many doctor referrals I get? I get so many doctor referrals and it's amazing. Like I had somebody that started, at least three women that started about a month ago, and they said, "Hey, my doctor referred me to you."
Mm.
Girl, I had me and Paul. I think this was 2021. I was laying down the rack at Nyla Rose, and the rack slammed down on my finger. And when I tell you, my finger was just oozing with blood. So I was there training my doctor, Dr. Courtney. She's no longer in Milwaukee no more. I was there training my doctor. She said, "Let's wrap it up really quick, and I need you to go straight to the emergency room." So I was like, "Oh my goodness, I gotta." But I thought I lost my finger because
Mm.
when I tell you the meat was hanging open, and my doctor literally wrapped it up for me in the middle of the session. We went to the emergency room, and when I got to the emergency room, Paul was sitting next to me, and the lady came in. She took my blood pressure. She was like, "Everything is so good." She was just like, "I'm gonna get something to numb this because it was throbbing. It
Ooh.
felt like my heart was on the outside of my body, like in my finger. It was just pulsating." And so the lady came in. She was just like, "Yeah." She was like, "I know this is a weird time." She was like, "But I follow you on Instagram." She was
That
just
is
like,
so
and
dope.
when I went out there and I kind of asked the other girls at the desk, like, "Is that Coach Chrissy?" And they was like, "Yeah." So I'm just like, I love what I do, and I'm so amazed that they knew who I was.
You're
You know
for a
what I
cut
mean?
figure. That's
Yeah,
like,
I'm losing my finger, sis. Can you wrap this up a little more? But I was excited to, you know what I mean? It's a lot of things can hit the screens of social media that's negative. But for me doing something positive, and those women knew who I was, they was like, "Yeah, we're gonna be signing up for you and with you in January." I said, "Okay, y'all get this finger together. Make sure I'm able to use my fingers." And everybody was laughing, but Paul was like, "Did you know they knew who you was?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "That's amazing." And we say it all the time. So we get doctor referrals all the time, and some of the doctors I know, and some of them I don't. But that's amazing. But that's why I say your gift will make room for you. And when you operating in purpose, I tell you, and it's a little bit off the subject, but when you operating in purpose, it feels different, like I told you.
It definitely does. It definitely does.
And purpose, you don't have to do anything like extra. Try to kick down the doors. It kind of just opens because that means I accept it from God. Like I understand it's my purpose, and wherever you use me, and wherever you take me, I'm gonna roll with you. And that's my blueprint for Rose Athletics. You know, God first. And if I understand my purpose and I kind of just give God my yes, I'll do it. He gonna supply your every need. He gonna make sure the people, the money, the income, whatever it is, line up for you. Because I say yes. I say yes because understanding purpose have nothing to do with me. It's the people ultimately that I'm gonna help. So Lupus, whatever it is.
No, that is definitely true. Like my faith since I had this has been like in the beginning when I first got diagnosed, I was just questioning him. Me and him, I had a problem with him. I'm like, why did you do this to me? Like at this early age, like what?
Yeah.
I was so like, I was just so I just me and him was just not clicking.
Yeah.
But then I really when they say like you have nothing else to lean on, that's when your faith kick in. And I really believe in that because at that time it was just him.
Yeah.
And it felt so different. Like he moves you different, you see things different, you think differently, and you're still not perfect, but he shows up for me in every way because you know people be like, "Oh, you got lupus, you don't look like you got lupus," and it's like, "Well, what do lupus is supposed to look like?"
And then see how your mindset. Once your mindset shifted too, it brought about a change around your whole overall body. Because, like I said, it's your mind. So when you was worried about why I have this, why is me, why is this, that, and another, why I'm sick, oh now my body aching and stuff like that, it played a toll on your body. Am I right?
It absolutely
But then
did.
when you was like you accepted, like I have a disadvantage, but this not the end of the world for me. I can still live well.
Still live well.
Live well.
Still
and
live
now
well.
look at you. You look better. You feel better.
Thank you.
And your mindset is better.
I do, and I do like I go through things, y'all. I definitely do, but it's like I don't know if it's because God like I need you to do this. I need you to stop because every single thing that I went through was like I'm not supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to be walking. I wasn't supposed to be doing anything, and because I'm walking, because I'm here, because my heart is good, and it's just like, dang, I was so distraught when I
found purpose. And there's another thing for us too. We be looking at things like, oh, look at me, and I got to deal with this, that, and another. And you be saying, why me? And God be like, why not? You know what I mean? Because ultimately, it's gonna be so many people by watching Lupus No Face gonna be like, wow, I didn't know I could take them supplements. Look how Savannah looked. Look what Savannah went through, and she's still here to be able to serve purpose for other people. So that's just a whole different ball game that you, when you was 12 and 13 years old, you didn't see that. But now being able to inspire and motivate other people to take their life back with lupus is amazing.
Man, and I'm kind of pivoting a little bit, but I'm just gonna touch it just a little bit. The last time I see you, I ain't gonna go too deep in it. The last time I see you, I was just so distraught. Distraught. No one knew what I was going on, and I just couldn't make it through. And I'm just like, I gotta talk. I have to.
Let you go.
And what you and your mother did, like I disappeared for a while, but it was everything. When I tell you it was everything, and I think about that moment, and I praise you and your mother, like y'all got me so together. But I just want to let y'all know that, like, thank you because I did disappear, but I disappeared for a good reason, and I definitely am doing great right now. So I really appreciate you. Like, I feel like y'all prayers, like everything you did, like y'all touched that day was just everything for me. Like it was a meltdown, but it was just that, and I will never forget that. I would never forget that.
It was just like I mean, when you sent me that voice text, like I gotta tell you this, you ain't seen me, but you sent that testimony, baby. I was balling. I had called my mom. I was like, "Did you talk to Savannah?" She was just like, I'm on contact. I'm like, I gotta tell you her testimony, but I want her to be able to fill you in. And then those are the things that we forget. No test, no testimony. Because hadn't you went through that, you wouldn't have been able to just believe like I can overcome this. But then when you overcame and the testimony behind it, and then the way you feel about yourself afterwards, and the way you feel about God, it's just like totally like mind blowing. Like you can't tell me that God's not a healer. You know what I mean?
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm so tapped in with him. I'm so tapped in with him. I just want to thank you, your mother, for that day. Like that was. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. What are some keys? No, we're not gonna do that. How do you create a safe and exclusive workout environment for individuals with lupus in your class or training sessions?
Well, the one thing I love about Rose Athletics is we don't everything that you tell me, your health history, her health history, it's all just I don't even know.
I know.
So the one thing about it is like you're not gonna get targeted in class. Like here's Savannah, she has lupus. You know what I mean? That stuff stay with me, and of course I'm praying about it, and I'm also doing my research. Like I know supplements. I done told you supplements to do. I done told you different things to do. I even told you about intermittent fasting. I'm just like try this for yourself,
and that works.
Yes, it does work. It does. So even intermittent fasting to supplements, to vitamins and stuff like that. When I get a client in my care, I make sure I do my research. And it's all holistic ways, but I'm never trying to be your doctor. I never once told you, don't listen to what the doctor said. I'm just like, follow everything your doctor says and let's implement this. So that's the thing about me. I make sure my clients understand that I'm going to do the best that I can to make sure you are receiving the care you need. And outside of class, like it's just not about fitness in class for me. I want to see you well afterwards, like meeting goals, making sure you're taking care of yourself. Because, like I said earlier, I'm no good for the world if I'm no good for me.
Absolutely.
So just those things, making sure this our sanctuary. We done came in there like crying.
I don't know what's her name. She's light skinned. She just had a baby. I forgot her name, but she was praying. Rashina. Shout out to Rashina. Yes. She opened up prayer sometimes for us, and she's dope at it. So that's the first thing we do before we work out.
That's the one thing you're gonna get at Rose Athletics. You're gonna get some praying sisters and brothers. You're gonna get some praying individuals that really have your best interests at heart, and we understand that this journey ain't easy. It's days that I done came in not feeling my best. It's on days where Sheena, Cassandra, anybody, Janelle, like it's days everybody done came in there and we going through something. But everybody have the thing about it is people feel energy. Like I said, energy about so we like, you know what? Today we finna pray for sis. Yeah. Because as you pour into the world, sometimes your oil kind of run a little low. But that's the good thing about Rose Athletics. You're gonna have somebody pushing you through. You're going to have somebody holding you accountable.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to be on your social media page like a
Yes, you do that.
Baby. I'm going to be like, what is that in your cup? That's not on the meal point. And they be like, look, we might have to block you. You might have to block me.
She ain't playing, y'all. She definitely does.
Man,
listen.
Bring 2 pair of shoes.
You don't be playing.
No.
I was like, who told you this?
Yeah, I seen it. And they just
God!
In our stories and stuff, you actually paid me to be in your business, right? You kind of paid me to be in your business, so I'm just gonna make sure you get your money.
That's dope. What trainer does that? You know what I'm saying? That's dope. We don't like you for those moments, but we
got thinking about getting a rose bus. The people that don't come, I'm gonna pick them up.
Man,
I'm here.
That's you start doing that, boy. Have mercy.
They gonna be like, she kind of crazy.
What specific exercises or modifications do you recommend for lupus warriors looking to build a strength and endurance?
I'm going to tell you one thing. I know we shy away from this. Weightlifting is everything. It does a lot for your mental health. And, of course, we building muscles. For people that might be going through some pain or might be trying to get their muscle density up, I do recommend resistant bands. I know I told you that a lot. Grab
Mm-hmm.
your resistant bands. Your resistant bands, the difference between weights and resistant bands. Resistant bands, you are working your smaller muscles. So your smaller muscles that you don't normally target with your weights. Weights target your main muscles, like my hamstrings, my quads, my calves. So your main muscles.
Mm-hmm.
But the resistant bands work on those muscles surrounding. So you never
Mm.
really hit those muscles. So those smaller muscles are usually weaker than your larger muscles. So get your resistant band, and I have a lot of workouts that you can do with your resistant band and strengthening those smaller muscles.
Okay.
Mhm.
Share your tips, share your top tips for creating a holistic approach to wellness that lupus warriors can exercise, nutrition, and mental health support for a truly transformation experience.
Meditation. I know you just talked about that, and I don't know if you did that. Did you do that before?
But
You
yeah,
came in?
no. I never, no. I always want to. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing
So
this.
I talk about meditation like I'm really real. It's days where I be tired, or it's been times where my anxiety, like I done had anxiety. I talked about after I had my baby girl Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I while I was pregnant with Phoenix, I dealt with depression a lot. Like people call it baby blues or
Mm-hmm.
prenatal depression and stuff like that. I really deal with it. I remember times driving up to help you guys work out, and I done drove there crying.
Really?
I didn't know why. I didn't know why. It was just something that I was dealing with. And let me take that back. I do remember why. Right before Phoenix, I had a miscarriage. You remember me telling you this?
Yeah.
So in 2019, I had a miscarriage, and literally, like not even a month later, I was pregnant again. So my anxiety was so high, and I went through that depression stage because I was just trying to figure out. I'm like, what if I have another miscarriage? It's always that why, and the devil can use anything, and that was one of the things he kind of held over my head. Like, you probably lost your baby because you was working out. When it's a lie, you know what I mean? So then every time I come there, like I went through this depressed stage where I would literally, and let me tell you this, I have the greatest support system.
Yes, I bet
And
you
people
do.
look at when you depressed or have anxiety, they be like, oh, you have nobody. People with depression walk around during your surgeries. People with depression are your judges. People with depression could even be your president.
Mm-hmm.
Because those people look at depression and they think your head is down, you crying all the time.
Mm-mm.
They look at depression and think that it just have a phase.
It doesn't.
It does not. Some of your most important people, your celebrities, your what I'm trying to say, people that you really look at, your role models,
Mhm.
your doctors during your surgery, those people suffer with depression every day. But we put on this cape and this mask when we're around other people to save the day. So I was definitely in 2020. I went through that. I would leave to work, and I would get in my car. Hey, have a good day. Hug my husband. You know what I mean? He didn't even know it. And I finally told him. It was one point in my pregnancy. I told him. He like, okay, we need to deal with this. We need to be able to handle this. We got to manage this. And I remember he went with me to the doctor, and I told my doctor, my OB then, Dr. Courtney, and I told her. She said, okay, we need to talk about this. And I told her some of the things that was bothering me, and immediately I seen a therapist. So that's another thing. When you're going through things in your life, it's a lot of things holistically you can do, but get you a therapist if you need a therapist.
Man, listen.
Living well with lupus, I'm sure it's times where you just like, my mind is all over the place. Get you a therapist. Stop trying to do it yourself. Be able to be vulnerable.
Yes.
Be able to talk to somebody and just give your truth. You know what I mean? And so I'm very, very, very an open book, and I'm very transparent on my journeys. Like, I went through depression when I was pregnant. It's a lot of other women going through it, and they living in silence because people like me want to act like everything is just peaches and cream every day, and it's not. You are human. You are not a robot. You're going to go through different emotions. Being able to find somebody in your circle to talk to, being able to talk to somebody that you don't even know, is important as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard this on a podcast, and he said everybody need a doctor, a therapist, and a lawyer.
Definitely need a lawyer.
Baby, you better get you one. Okay, a doctor, a lawyer, and a therapist, and it's just the truth. We got to do better. We got to make sure that we taking care of our mind, body, and soul.
That's absolutely true. Like, I think people don't normalize therapists,
Mhm.
and you should. It's nothing wrong with having a therapist.
It's nothing
You're
wrong
not
with
crazy. You're not this.
it.
You're
No,
not
you're
that.
not.
If you're elevating, growing, if you have businesses, you're doing all this amazing stuff around the world in the community.
Yes.
You are stressed. You're going to be stressed because
Mhm.
everybody is pouring into you, and sometimes
Yes.
you need that therapist
You do.
to not fix you, but to get it all out. It's like,
yeah, let it
okay,
all out.
it's done. I feel better. Like because when you're
Yes.
talking to a therapist, sometimes you answer your own questions.
You
And it'd be
do.
like,
You be like, I actually knew that.
Yeah, it'd be like, and then you leave smiling. We got some viewers here. Would you like to read some of those? I always have my guests read them. They over on the
Oh, I
right
didn't
hand
see
side.
it. My girl, love her. I love you, Janelle. I was just talking about Janelle. Janelle is such an amazing woman, like a selfless woman. And that's one of the people what you gonna see on the front line. She be trying to sneak to the back. But she be on the front line working out. And when people see her, I tell Janelle this and all the time. When people see Janelle, it's people have hope. You know what I mean? People be like, I want to work out like this lady in the front. And Janelle is one of the people, like, she will reach out to me and she would be like, Coach, I just want you to know that God is about to do this, God about to do that. And when I tell you when that woman say that, she mean it because I be like, you are in my business, Janelle, because I was just going through this or I was just thinking this and like my visions and stuff like that. God sent people that's aligned with you so that you're able to recognize the days when I'm tired. The days when I'm be like, you know what, this was a long week. He sent people to remind you, like, you in the right place. You doing this right.
That's
you know?
dope. That's dope. Shout out to Janelle. I need a Janelle on my team. Hey girl. Share any upcoming fitness events, workshops, or intuitive tolerating specifically for lupus warriors to connect.
Ooh.
You have any?
So workshops that's coming up. I need to do better with my workshops, but right now I'm really tied up with my surprise for you guys.
Okay.
So, but one of the things that I do want to talk to, so I was going live. I believe this was 2022 before the baby, and it was my topic was living well despite your disadvantage. So I want to get back into that. So I was so happy when you talked to me about the lupus and asked me to come over, and I was gonna come running. So
thank you, girl.
Living well despite your disadvantages, and I'm gonna talk about different immune disease, different like disadvantages. It might be diabetic, cholesterol, high blood pressure. So I want to talk about that. I'm gonna figure out my next one, but I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna talk about these things because I think the problem is a lot of people go through things, but I'm a little nervous to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, different times you might get people, you might get some negative things. You know what I mean? And I know it's a lot of negative things going on, but we have some positive things going on in our community and in our lives that we can talk about. So I'm really, really pushing towards living well despite your disadvantage. And today was lupus. Y'all heard that?
Man,
Living
that's
well. You
dope.
still can live well with lupus.
Still can live well,
Yeah.
still can have a normal
Mhm.
life, still can indulge here and there. You can
Yeah.
still do it, but you have to take care of
Yes,
yourself. Your
we
mental
do.
state is very, very, very,
Yes.
very important.
Yes.
So, before we end this session, where can they find you at? What all you have coming up? How can they sign up? We're gonna drop it in the chat.
So our next session, let me go to calendar. I'll be good at that. Want to give y'all our road next. So we in the middle of September session. And that's crazy. September is gone. Today the 22nd.
This year has went by very, very fast. Very fast.
The next class for October is October 7th. So that is our next class. October 7th will be Rose Athletic October class. And that's a month. It's 4 weeks, 3 days a week. We have various times. We have a 6 a.m., a 9:30 a.m. Those are group classes, amazing group classes. You're going to meet some pretty dope souls there. And then we have a 6 p.m. Okay. 6 a.m. class is our flex and pray. So you're gonna start off. We're gonna start off praying first, and we take about 10 to 15 minutes to pray, and then we're gonna go into our workout after that.
Okay.
It's pretty amazing. We get people drop off their prayer requests in a box. We talk about different things. You might be going through something, but we pray and then we gonna flex at the end.
That's dope.
And believe me, after you're done with the workout, you will be very appreciative of the prayer first, even though we pray afterwards. But that is Rose Athletics. What else we have coming up? Our youth sessions. Now, understand this. Our kids need to be healthy too. The foods that they eat, it's a lot going on. They even got a recall on noodles.
Noodles. And almond milk.
Almond milk. It was so many recalls. So you just gotta live well. You gotta just take your time and just really, really be able to nourish yourself and your children. I mean, whenever I meal prep for me and Paul, the kids eat it as well too.
That's dope. So everybody doing everything as a family.
So everybody plant those seeds in our children. So when they grow old, they understand the importance of health and wellness. You know, instead of, like we had to learn later on.
Yeah.
So if they understand the importance of health and wellness now, then it will be instilled in them. It'll be a part of their lifestyle. So our youth, every youth class we have, and I'll be posting flyers and stuff like that. It's free. Just bring your child. It's no cost for these children. It's free. So take advantage of that. Take advantage.
I'm going to be up in there. Yeah. Where can they sign up at? Like what social media do you have? Where can they find you at?
So on Instagram, it's Chrissy Fly and Fit, and that's a letter N. So Chrissy Fly, letter N, Fit. That's on TikTok too, Chrissy Fly and Fit. On Facebook, it's Coach Chrissy. On my personal page, would you welcome to follow as well? Christine Tagus on Facebook. Y'all follow, tap in, share. Thank y'all for the referrals. Thank y'all for just the love. I really appreciate the love. Like, they watched me transition from selling clothes.
Man, you was calling that.
To selling bodies.
That's dope. I like the way that sound. I like the way that sounds.
So please tell a friend. If you know somebody with lupus, make sure y'all please see my girl. She's doing some amazing things in the community. I know she got some walks coming up. We gonna plan some things together. Now that I ain't got no baby or nothing, she ain't trying to front me off. But
trying to figure out what was going on.
So we are going to make sure we collaborate. She's been supporting me for years, and anyway,
I'm always gonna support
you. So let's get these Lupus No Face t-shirts, and let's get our.
What did they give you before we end? We gave her a couple of shirts.
I do.
It was her birthday. It was her birthday. We had to hook her up.
So I got the B-Day tees.
Yes.
This tomorrow.
Post the pic.
It might be in a crop top. Hey. I gotta show the waistline.
I'm not mad at you. Go ahead and cut it out.
More pins and I got a cute
Yes.
So despite your disadvantages with lupus, we can live well, right?
We definitely can live well. I appreciate you so much for coming. Thank you for giving them some tips, dropping some nuggets.
Yes.
So we definitely gonna be following you.
Yes.
We can't wait for your new project to come to life, because we definitely gonna be in the building. Let me know if I can help you out.
For sure.
I'll definitely come help out. Until next time.
Oh, and this one.
Well,
I gotta drop this. 2025. Stay tuned for a retreat. The Escape to Be Well.
Ooh, okay? I love the way that sounds.
I already been looking at the houses and everything. The Escape to Be Well. That's the retreat 2025 with Coach Chrissy.
Oh my goodness. Right. Lupus is known for getting those exclusive. Y'all better make sure y'all come Escape to Be Well. I'm sure it's gonna be dope. I'm sure. Is it just one day or?
I'm thinking about just a weekend.
Woo.
Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
Okay. I'm for it.
I'm for it. Well, y'all stay tuned.
Stay tuned, y'all. Till next time.